patience. Teeth and prosthetics are now in place and you have progressed in the queue of things to be done before we see you. To this fourth and very last and final University Footlights Review, Be Your Age. We know your time is valuable and appreciate your patience. You have again progressed in the queue and we will be with you almost as soon as our makeup consultant finishes airbrushing the faces of the cast. Thank you for coming to this fourth and very last and final Footlights Review, Be Your Age. We know your time is valuable and appreciate your patience. You have progressed further in the queue. The cast is now completing a vinyl preparatory comfort swap in all the available dunnies and will be with you shortly. Good evening. Thank you for coming to this fourth and very last and final Footlights Review, Be Your Age. We know your time is valuable and appreciate your patience. The cast is now progressing in the queue for the dunnies. Good evening. Thank you for coming to this fourth and very last and even more final Footlights Review. We know your time is valuable and appreciate your patience. The curtain will go up just as soon as we have reminded ourselves of the words of the opening number. Good evening. Thank you for...
It pays to advertise. No takers again. It's the same on Monday and Tuesday. Never mind. I was walking down North Terrace this morning and this man came up to me and he said, "I know you. You're the man who slept with my wife." I said, "Not true. It's not true. You've ruined my reputation. You've ruined my reputation. I've never slept a wink."
Yes, sir. What can I get for you?
I'll have the tofu ragu with the sprouted grass and the organic salt, please.
Excellent choice, sir.
nothing on this menu for me. I'm a carnivore. Can you do me a lamb chop or a fillet steak or even a wild rabbit?
Can't you read? This is a vegetarian restaurant. How dare you come in here and ask me, an ordinary vegan, to cook some poor, slaughtered animal just to satisfy your disgusting fetish? It's outrageous.
Well, I can't help it, I'm sorry. I only eat meat.
We can't help it. Can't help it. Oh dear, we can't help it. What self-indulgent nonsense is that? Really, you people are just poisoning the planet and creating climate change. I should throw you straight out of my restaurant for insulting my menu. I really should. Look, why don't you just try the textured soy protein nut burger? or the mock duck made from gluten. They say it's delicious. Tastes just like meat.
Look, I'm allergic to nuts, soy, gluten, starches, and the green stuff. I only eat meat.
Oh, well, that's different. You have a food allergy. Everyone has food allergies these days. All my friends have food allergies. They are mainly allergic to additives and preservatives and artificial colorings and flavorings and things like that.
But what can I eat tonight?
Tonight, I'll tell you what. I'll set it out for a piece of steak.
Steaks!
And I'll cook it so no one will know it's being carried on the premises, all right? Excellent, yes.
Oh, thank the Lord. Holy Mary, what a performance.
That's it? No, out of my restaurant. I'm not really a Catholic off premises.
La mer, café au lait et con chocolat éclair. Ah, mon croissant, ah, c'est si très bon. Oh, pardon, monsieur. Je m'appelle Jean-Pierre et viens de payer your service, monsieur.
Yeah, whatever.
Ah, monsieur has a little Francais problem, no?
Yes, Monsignor does have a bit of a problem. Why do you Frenchmen call a swimming pool a piscine?
Mon Dieu, monsieur, because we piscine it.
Today, there is an outcry over the treatment of cattle in Indonesia. Cattle are meant to be stung and dispatched whilst in special boxes supplied by the Australian government. 90% of abattoirs use this method, but in some cases the animals are taking up to 4 minutes to die.
That is absolutely disgusting.
I'm going to call the station. Hello? Hello, I can't take this. I'm going to be sick, and this must be stopped. It's inhuman, it's wicked, it's cruel and barbaric.
Following our expose, the government, after the public outrage over the treatment of the cows, has completely stopped all live exports to Indonesia.
Oh, I can't believe we let that happen. Those poor cows.
This is the late news. The Guantanamo detainees are left sitting on concrete on a thin mat in cages with their feet shackled to their hands for 10 hours at a time. They're in the full sun for part of the day and are not allowed to practice their religion. They are waterboarded and beaten daily. The treatment runs counter to the Geneva Conventions, and Amnesty International states that the treatment of detainees, despite many of them being proven completely innocent, is as bad in many cases as treatment handed out by the Nazis in World War II.
They look pretty well fed to me.
Serves the bastards right. They shouldn't have been in Afghanistan or Iraq at the time.
Prime Minister, a 16-year-old Australian boy has been arrested and put in detention in Indonesia for buying $20 worth of marijuana. The media are going to sue.
Right? Leave it to me. Call the Attorney General. Take that call from his family. Get his solicitors on the line. Get the kid on the line. Get Udiono on the line. Call a press conference. We can't have children kept in
Do you recall we have 349 refugee children in detention in Australia?
Prime Minister, an Australian citizen and journalist has just released thousands of tapes revealing the lies and cover-ups of many governments, including the lies, cover-ups, criminal activities even of the American government. The media have gone berserk.
Right? Leave it to me, I'm on to it. Attorney General, withdraw Assange's Australian citizenship. Don't take that call from his mother. Get me the president. Hello? Barack, mate. We'll denounce Assange and help get him to America so you can jail him. Call a press conference. We'll tell him that whistleblower, Assange, is guilty of treason.
Prime Minister, I hope you haven't forgotten that you only got into power relying upon a bloke who was a whistleblower.
Minister, you've got a conference in Cairns on saving the rainforests in South America, as well as also saving three-toed sloths, hundreds of macaws and jaguars, as well as the golden line tamarin.
No, I think my schedule's too full. No, I'm sorry. The schedule's far too full. Anything on Wales?
Well, Minister, you've got a conference in Melbourne tomorrow on saving the stunningly beautiful, almost extinct Australian alpine dingo.
No room whatsoever. Anything on Wales?
Well, what about the conference in Darwin next week on banning the cruel and illegal slaughter of millions of sharks for being turned into cans of shark fin soup?
Well, as I said, my programme is absolutely full. Is there anything on whaling?
Yes, actually there is, Minister. A whaling conference in 2 months' time in Norway.
Wonderful. Book me in at one. Book me in immediately. That'll show the world that Australia is serious about conservation.
Like I said, I can still do it at 87. Then it's just a short walk home to number 83.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please put your hands together for the most famous escapologist, the great Waldo. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment and education, the great Waldo will attempt a most difficult, dangerous, and death-defying divertisement. I speak of nothing less than the escape from the dreaded plastic garbage bag. I, Waldo, will be handcuffed and blindfolded. I will attempt to escape from the deadly garbage bag in 55 seconds. My life is forfeit in the bag. I run out of life-giving oxygen. So, if you've got a pacemaker or a delicate disposition, it's better if you leave the theatre immediately. But however, in my own defense, should I feel that I'm about to kick the bucket to lack oxygen, I will give a short blast on this vessel. So, let the experiments begin.
can trust, pending the reshuffle of ministries. My response to you is, apart from my partner Tim and my dog Reuben, the answer is na 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 na.
William Shakespeare strives to chart the 7 chapters of our lives, from mewling infant, boy, to youth and man, until senescence, fame's herald, mortal span. But centuries ago, in Shakespeare's day, in 1600, when he wrote this play, the lack of hygiene, germs and pestilence caused fatal epidemics so immense that very few could reach the 7th stage and died instead at quite an early age, as Will himself would ultimately do by popping off at only 52. I don't suggest we utterly discard the 7 stages proffered by the bard, but exercise and medicines and stuff now mean that 7 stages aren't enough to chart our lives, since modern science appears to offer us another 30 years. And so it is. With great temerity, I used my pen to add another 3 to Shakespeare's 7, in the hope that they update the bard's descriptions and portray the modern 3 decades, which we presume will take us from retirement to the tomb. My modern stages follow on from where retirement nears. Let's pick it up from there. There comes a time which we all understand when work is done, retirement must be planned. He was ambitious long ago, and then retirement always seemed for other men. He thought he'd never ever get enough of budget cuts, strategic plans and stuff. Times have changed, retrenchment threatens, so this man who loved his work now longs to go. Inspired by dreams of leisure time, he paused through booklets on the wretched super laws, discovering each brochure and program and brochure is badly written, baffling and obscure. He tries to concentrate, but in despair discovers new amendments printed there reveal entitlements the law permits come just too late to bring him benefits. He cannot readily identify with boomers, Generation X or Y, but each of them, it seems, have found some perk to fund them well enough to give up work. If they can get a pension of some kind, he thinks there must be one that I can find. That's not the story that these brochures tell. Unhappily, it seems, his birthday fell exactly on the date which he is told will make him just too young or just too old for pension, dole, or comparable ploy his taxes paid for others to enjoy. To make things worse, he recognizes he has underrated self-sufficiency. Financial calculations make him doubt if what he has amassed will see him out. He'd hoped his meagre savings, set aside for years, would do a little to provide for his advancing and the declining years, but statements every quarter fuel his fears that those he paid to keep his earnings high have made them shrink instead of multiply.